All right, Sandra, for more on all of this, let's bring in Mollie Hemingway, editor-in-chief of The Federalist and a Fox News contributor. Let's put up another aspect of that Fox News poll on the Pennsylvania race. This is Pennsylvania voters saying that they are certain to vote or already voted. The margin is the same as the poll that Brian Yennis brought up. But look at this. Other, undecided, or not vote, 7%. So there's still enough people out there that could sway this in Oz's favor if he manages to get the momentum in the next few days. And that number is bigger than it was in September.
Yeah, it's very interesting how many people in Pennsylvania previously voted prior to that disastrous debate where Fetterman struggled to answer questions or articulate his viewpoint. Something like 600,000 people had voted by that point. So even though all the momentum is going in Dr. Oz's direction, I mean, this went from a blowout for Fetterman to a very tight race. But all of that movement is happening late. And because of massive mail-in voting and unsupervised voting in Pennsylvania, it might be too late to make a difference. Yeah,
and God knows when we're going to get the results of that as well. In Georgia, same group of voters, Herschel Walker now with a 1-point advantage over Raphael Warnock. He's closing strong.
Yeah, and this is a race where Democrats seem to think that things are very bad for them, that Herschel Walker will win this. This could be something that happens without even a runoff. So Georgia has a lot of runoffs because they require more than 50% vote. Walker is closing so strongly, he might be able to avoid that runoff.
Joe Biden's speech last night across the street at Union Station, he said, "We're not enemies." Listen here.
Democracy is on the ballot for all of us. We must remember that democracy is a covenant. We need to start looking out for each other again, seeing ourselves as we the people, not as entrenched enemies.
Seeing ourselves as we the people, not entrenched enemies. He talks the talk. Does he walk the walk?
Well, it's a very schizophrenic approach he's taken. So sometimes when he's running for office, he says that he's a moderate, that he cares about everybody. The previous speech he gave, the one in Philadelphia, the blood red speech where he said that Republicans were the enemy of the country, that was a horrific statement that bothered a lot of people and was very much at odds with this presentation that he likes to make of himself as a moderate who cares for everybody.
I mean, his inaugural address, I'm going to unify the country, and he's done everything but.
Well, and the policies that he has put forth are on this ballot. I mean, democracy isn't on the ballot. Democracy is the ballot. Yeah. But it is those policies that Democrats have put forth.
I know you got a lot of thoughts about this. He talked about election deniers last night. Listen here.
It's estimated that there are more than 300 election deniers on the ballot all across America this year. We can't ignore the impact this is having on our country. It's damaging, it's corrosive, and it's destructive. And I want to be very clear. This is not about me. It's about all of us.
It's true that on the Republican side, there are dozens of election deniers who are on the ballot. A lot of them are on the ballot because Democrats spent tens of millions of dollars trying to get them elected in their primaries. And on the other side of the fence, there's plenty of election deniers as well.
Well, the phrase election denier is not a very good phrase to use because nobody denies that elections are taking place. They have problems with how those elections are being administered. But if you look at the definition that they're using to describe who's an election denier, they say it includes people who deny the legitimacy of a previous election or people who have problems with unconstitutional changes to election laws or people who want elections to be able to be audited. That is an absurd definition. And by that standard, everybody should fit under it because people should want to have secure elections. But there's also the issue that in 2016, the entire Democrat Party and the entire media complex denied the legitimacy of the winner of that election, Donald Trump. They did it for years. You have people quoted. This includes President Biden, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton, Jimmy Carter. I mean, really high-level Democrats who said that President Trump was an illegitimate president. And you didn't hear them caring about that. They were actually pushing that dangerous and damaging rhetoric for 4 years.
And Stacey Abrams still doesn't think Brian Kemp won in 2018.
And things like that as well.
All right. Mollie, great to talk to you.
Thanks.
Thanks. All right. Another 5 days to go. It's going to be fun.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.